Hey, what's going on, fellas? Happy Friday morning to you. Are you feeling good? Give me a hell yeah if you're feeling good. Hell yeah. Hopefully, you guys are feeling good on this great Friday. I feel good. Got plenty of energy, fired up, slept like shit actually last night. But I think I'm just running off good old Friday adrenaline. And I hope you guys are doing well. Workhorse going to make sure we go ahead and recap yesterday. And then let's roll out the weekend slate of bets, which do they include a UFC bet? Stay tuned to find out. And of course, we got the payoff pitch live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, where myself and the Hockey Squirrel are going to preview today's MLB slate. 14 games are on the slate for today. We'll preview them all, of course. If we throw up that recap from yesterday, fellas, little bit of a head scratcher, a wild ride. One that, obviously started off really good, going 2-0 in tennis and relatively speaking sweat-free to, easy tennis cashes. And then we roll on into the baseball, which, man, just some tough results right there in baseball. We, of course, double dipped there in that Nationals Diamondbacks game. Irvin under 3.5 Ks. Of the first six outs, he struck out 4 of the first 6 batters, so that bet was done and over pretty quickly. But we still had over 2.5 from an F-team total perspective there from the Diamondbacks. That one loses on the hook as they only get 2 runs. Had a chance there in the 5th inning to get that 3rd run and deliver us a cash. Marte, with runners on first and second, 1 out, he unfortunately grounds into the double play, ending that rally. And, of course, sending us to a loser. And then we came back, though, in that Padres and Giants game and did under 4.5 Ks at plus money there for Alex Wood. And that one cashed very easily. He only went a little bit over 3 innings. He only got 2 strikeouts. Just a very easy cash. The only mistake we made in that one is we used his outs prop in a free roll, which did cash. We won't be able to add that to the bankroll later. But we should have probably just made that unofficial play too, right? Try not to double dip all the time. But maybe on Alec Wood, maybe we should have double dipped on the strikeouts and double dipped on the outs prop. But you can't be mad, right? You get a good plus money cash on the strikeouts, so not upset whatsoever. Just maybe left a little bit on the table, I guess, right there. And then we come through with Mitch Keller in the nightcap, a chance to go ahead and turn in a profit, and actually turn in a good little bit of profit. It would have been plus 1.51 units if Mitch Keller would have gone ahead and gotten us the cash of over 5.5 strikeouts. He tried like hell. You certainly can't blame him for the effort right there. He got 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Sitting pretty good. Actually feeling real good after 2 strikeouts in the first inning. And then it dried up a little bit. And then let's just fast forward all the way to the 6th inning. You're at 4 strikeouts, and you think he's gone 6 innings, and you think you're done. Not with the way Mitch Keller has been pitching this season. They've been pitching him into the 7th inning as long as his pitch count is manageable, and it was manageable. It was only at 80 going into the 7th inning. So you knew he was going to come out for the 7th inning. You knew he was probably going to pitch all 3 outs in that 7th inning as long as he could, just keep it under control and not give up too much damage. And that's exactly what he did. He gets 1 out, and then he gets a strikeout. Now you're at 5 on the hook, and guess who's coming up? A dream scenario. You're getting the catcher. And I start getting all excited. I'm literally dancing in the kids' playroom as they're playing. I'm literally jumping up and down. First pitch, strike. Second pitch, strike. Now we're at an 0-2 count. We're on the hook. Need Mitch Keller just to finish the job off. Tuck us in, baby. Next pitch is a foul. Okay, I think the next pitch after that was a ball, and then he flies out to center. So we couldn't quite get the catcher to go ahead and strike out when we had him 0-2. That was edge of the seat shit right there. I mean, that's your night right there. Again, you make 1.51 units. If that goes ahead and cashes, it goes the other way. Obviously, you can see on the screen you're down 0.23 units, down just a little bit. But just the excitement and the emotions with that pick. And if you were following along, I'm sure you were right there with me on the edge of your seat, rooting Mitch Keller on. I'm literally jumping up and down. Just couldn't quite come through. And as always, when you would take a strikeout prop, you can always look back and say, well, he had a lot of 2-strike counts. No shit. These guys always have a lot of 2-strike counts. Fact is, he couldn't quite get the job done. Falls a little bit short. Heartbreaking stuff right there. Sends us to a losing day. Tack that on to unfortunate what is a little bit of a losing week so far. But we have still plenty of time to go ahead and get that back. We did hit 2 excellent free rolls yesterday. How about plus 230 on Blake Snell to be the first person to record a strikeout in that matchup against Alex Wood? That was fantastic. that was the first time we've ever bet on that wager. So does that give us then confidence to maybe put like a full unit on it? I don't know. I just think that was really just a sweet spot of a matchup. And then maybe if we do get another sweet spot, we do go ahead and make that an official play. But yeah, well, obviously we were on Woods under, so we were expecting him not to strike out. And Blake Snell, I mean, that's all that guy does is strike out players. So it was nice to see a few of you guys tail me on that plus 230. And then we had a nice plus 386 parlay. We had, what was it? We had what the hell did we put in that parlay? I can't remember right now. We, of course, did the NRFI. We did Alex Wood under 14 or 15.5 outs. And then I think there was one other leg. There was definitely one other leg in there. Whatever. But that's how we get to $153.92 arbitrage money. We're doing a good job this week, keeping the parlay small, really using our favorite leans that we have on the payoff page, putting them in a parlay and getting good cash. As you will see on tonight's recap, that I'm going to take some of that $153 and convert that into the bankroll. So we will have bankroll additions. And that's the whole point of this, right? Is take free money from the sports books or take those free bets that you get from various sports books and try and flip that to the point where now you can convert that to the bankroll. So on tonight's recap, you will see our bank and the little stack of bills next to it. Let's convert a unit or maybe 2 units up into the bankroll tonight. We deserve it. We've had some great hits. The other night we hit that 10-1 parlay. We've had some great parlay hits this week. We look to keep it going tonight with a couple free rolls as well, and see if we can't add on to it. So good Friday. Fire it up, fellas. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and jump right on to this UFC bet. You guys remember we sat here 2 weeks ago and we were given a UFC pick there by Tyler. Not only were we given a UFC pick by Tyler, we were given a UFC winner by Tyler. So thank you again, Tyler, for that great UFC pick. But then I also said, hey guys, let's kind of do that going forward. Shit, you guys tailed my picks. I've tailed your picks before personally. I've never actually put it on the card before, Tyler's UFC pick a couple weeks ago. But I said, let's do that going forward. Let's just find maybe one pick a week that you guys absolutely love. Give me the pick. Give me a little bit of justification, and we'll put it on the card. Well, Tyler's come back again and say, I got an absolute another banger in the UFC this week, and it's Saturday night. It's the main event on Saturday. So this is what we're going to go ahead and roll with. This is what his bet is, and this is an official bet via Tyler. We're taking the main event to go over 1.5 rounds. I obviously don't know who the hell these two guys are, nor do I really know any justification in terms of my own justification. But like I said, if you do give me the bet, let's get a little bit of a justification. 2-3 sentences at most. Nothing real time-consuming or in-depth. Just give me a little bit of reasoning of why you like the bet that you're going to submit, to the people here winning bets to put on the card. So this is what he said. I'll let you guys read it. It's on the screen there. But he likes it to go over 1.5 rounds. We'll go ahead and make that an official bet. It's Saturday afternoon there in the UFC. Minus 110. I was about to say the best odds are at DraftKings. I assume Tyler probably shopped and get the best odds. Knowing Tyler as well as I do, I'm sure DraftKings has the best odds. So hop on over to DraftKings. Over 1.5 rounds, minus 110. It's the main event on Saturday. Let's go 2-0. And then for everybody else, sport doesn't matter. And just supply a little bit of justification. So if you got a bet next week that you've got cooked up, let me know. But all right, Tyler, see if we can't go 2-0, baby. And appreciate the pick. Appreciate the pick, regardless of the result. Appreciate the pick. You've put in the time. You've put in the effort. And the people here thank you and appreciate it. So let's get it, boys. All right, let's hop in that comment section, see what we got going on. And then maybe we can go get ourselves a squirrel and we'll talk baseball on the payoff pitch. Oh, shit, we got Tyler here in the chat. What's up, man? Oh, they got enough service to hear that UFC banger. Let's get it, man. I just gave it out. We're on it, Tyler. We are on it. Over 1.5 rounds there in the main event. So, again, appreciate it, Tyler. Hope you have a good little Friday. Anybody else got anything? Anybody got any questions before we hop on to the payoff pitch? You want to ask them now? Of course, we do take your questions live on the payoff pitch, but anybody got any questions right now? Anybody? Let me pull up... There was a little bit of a scare about a half an hour ago between this Yankees and Rangers matchup. It's been Dane Dunning up against Clark Schmidt on all the sports books. And then FanDuel changed it and put up Severino. But then about 5 minutes ago, they took down Severino and put back up Clark Schmidt. I want to see what they've got right now. They've got back to Clark Schmidt. If it's Dane Dunning against Clark Schmidt, I want the Rangers money line at minus 110. And it looks like that's what we're getting now. I don't know why... I'm not sure why FanDuel populated Severino for about 30 minutes, but it was obviously enough to scare you and kind of really give you some hesitation, on that pick. If it's Dane Dunning against Clark Schmidt, yeah, I want the Rangers, certainly all day long. So, yeah, that'll probably more than likely be a pick there that we'll give out on the payoff pitch. Is going to be that Rangers money line. I don't think I'm going to get too cute and do a team total or anything like that. Just give me the better starter, give me the better offense, give me the better bullpen. It checks all the boxes. And at minus 110, as long as I want to mainly ask Squirrel in terms of who he sees for the starters, because that was just enough of a scare there from FanDuel to give you some rightful hesitation. So if Squirrel sees it's Clark Schmidt as well, I'm going to go ahead and pull a trigger on some Rangers money line. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a great day. We've got our cash cow in action today, baby. Zach Greinke is in action today, who's already grabbed that under 1.5 walks and put it in a parlay, whether you copied the parlay that I sent out on Twitter, if you put it in your own parlay, whatever the hell you're going to do. It's Zach Greinke. It's under 1.5 walks. But also with Zach Greinke, we've also come across another bit of a great little angle in his games. Is under 15.5 outs. We've talked about the short leash. You've even got the greatest example up against the Baltimore Orioles where he went 5 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, 48 pitches, and they pulled him from that game. A guy just doesn't go deep in this game. And now he's going up against the number 2 offense in baseball, and that's your Tampa Bay Rays. And also, not only they have obviously really good offense, I mean, stinking good right now. Just absolutely really good, on fire. Well, of course, he'll justify the numbers on the payoff pitch, but I went in for 2 units on that under 15.5 outs. It, of course, will be the best bet of the day. If you go in for multiple units, it's got to be the best bet of the day. And I don't want to get limited from another sports book, but I would hammer it. But I really can't be limited from more sports books. But it's a dream spot with Greinke struggles. They already baby his ass, and he's going up against one of the top offenses in the league, and an offense in the league that's smoking hot right now. It's an absolute no-brainer play. Put as much cash as you want on that play. Live with the result. It's great odds too at minus 117. I did see now it's minus 120. So if you didn't grab the minus 117 price with me, you're not paying a hell of a lot difference at minus 120. Let's get it, and let's have that Rays offense do what they do. Chase Greinke and get a great cash. In the process, hopefully he'll stay under 1.5 walks and can give us a nice parlay cash as well. So don't get cute with that under 15.5 outs. You're getting a great price. Don't try and parlay it because you think it's such a great play and lock, so to speak. Just play that sucker as a loan. Love that play right there. The fight, I did see it was 4. You're right, because 2 weeks ago I was tucked in bed and woke up to a winner, which was love. No better feeling, Tyler, than, like the first cash of the days feel real good, right? Whether it's morning soccer or morning tennis. If you get that great first cash, or that first play to go ahead and obviously cash, that's a great feeling. The second greatest feeling is this one from like 2 weeks ago, waking up to a cash as was your first UFC play that you gave us. So this will be great. I don't have to get a surprise on Sunday morning. I could see it Saturday afternoon because it starts at 4:15 local time. Doesn't mean I'll be watching it, but I'm actually probably going to have to rely on one of you guys if it cashed. Otherwise, I guess I could log into the app and obviously get my thing as well. But what's up, D-Gent? What's up, man? What's going on, man? So there we go, fellas. There we go. Let's do it. I'm fired up. Everybody else, fellas? What you guys got, fellas? Anything? What do you guys think about this soccer transfer season going on so far? Wild stuff. What the hell is Arsenal doing paying $70 million for Kai Havertz? I mean, I'm all about getting depth, but a depth piece at $70 million? Like, what the hell are you doing? Because you think Havertz is starting? You're not taking Saka off the field. You're not taking Gabriel Jesus off the field. Are you taking Martinelli off the field? Probably not. You're not taking Odegaard off the field. So those are your 4 attacking midfielders. You're not going to play Kai Havertz at the number 8. He ain't an 8. He ain't going to stick his leg in a tackle. He ain't an 8. No, not an 8. So you paid $70 million to sit a guy on a bench and come on in the 65th minute? Like, that's an expensive depth piece. And then Arsenal's done messed around and let Manchester City enter the race for Declan Rice. What are you doing, Arsenal? You wanted Declan Rice. Why do you even take the chance of having another club come in and swoop your target? You knew what the valuation was for West Ham. You're trying to get cute, too low bids to try and get a deal, try and, save some cash. You want the player, go get the player. You're back in Champions League. You want to compete on that front. You want to compete in the Premier League. Your midfield's going to be shit next year. If you screw up and don't get Rice, you're screwed because Jaka's already gone off the Bayern Leverkusen, and Partey is rumored to be out the door somewhere too. So you need obviously midfielders. Just go get Declan Rice. Pay West Ham, whatever it is. Pay him. He's a $100 million player. Being transferred in the Premier League, $100 million player. Just pay it up. Crazy stuff. Meanwhile, Manchester United's not doing a damn thing, and it's really annoying me because exactly what I told people, that their ownership is going to screw them up. Are they selling a team, not selling a team? Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. They can't make a decision. The Glazers are so goddamn undecided on what they're going to do. And in the process, it's screwing up the summer transfer window because they don't know how much cash they've got. I'm not happy with what's going on right now in United, but it is what it is. What else, fellas? All right, let's go find ourselves a hockey squirrel. Come on back in a couple minutes. You guys hang tight. Let's talk some baseball slate. Fired up on this great Friday. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hey there, everybody. Welcome on into the Friday episode here of the Payoff Pitch, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, previewing today's MLB slate with the Hockey Squirrel and myself. We're powered every single day by Bet Openly, where you win more and lose less. Have you hopped on over to Bet Openly yet? You still have time. There's a link down in this video description. Go check them out. Squirrel, how are you doing, my man?
Hey, it's Friday, and truthfully, I slept in a little bit, so I don't have much of an explanation for anything other than it's a model play for like everything that we got going on. Just projection, seriously. I didn't spend a ton of time today digging through, all this like right-handed, left-handed, ERA, whip, whatever. I just had projections. I'm just going to play them against the market.
It's classic. I like it. Nothing wrong with that. And that sounds like the dog days of summer. That's what you get in baseball. Baseball is an absolute grind. It'll absolute wear on you previewing 15 games every single day. Baseball is a grind. I mean, look at the NBA season, right? I mean, how many nights do you get like a couple NBA games? You don't get that shit in the MLB. It's 15 basically every night. It's a grind.
Yeah. No, it's like, okay, so yeah, you're going through 30 pitchers a day, right? So you're having to look at all the stats for 30 pitchers plus 9 batters on both sides of the game every day. And then dude, yeah, factoring in the ballparks that they're playing at, and then whatever. You're getting rained out, and the dude, like, you put in a bunch of work, and like the game doesn't even get played, or it's just, yeah, it's nuts.
All right, Squirrel. It's Friday though. Let's get some energy, Squirrel. You sound a little down. Yeah. Let's get some goddamn energy, Squirrel. Pump it up. Pump it up, baby. Pump it up. Let's go. Round the bases. Okay. What do you want to talk about? How do you want to kick it off?
This would be kind of funny to just not even kick it off with baseball. Give the people a WNBA bet to start the day.
Sure, people always put it in the chat. Yeah, people put that shit in the chat all the time. What do you want? WNBA, fire it away.
Dallas Wings -1. There you are.
Dallas Wings. Man, these names they got. Wings. Wings.
Dallas Wings -1.
Is it Dallas Wings? Isn't Dallas where Delta's hub is? So is that why they're the Wings? Is that like some thing of like
they're what? Delta?
I think Delta's hub is in Dallas, if I recall correctly. So maybe that's why they're called the Wings.
Oh.
Who are they taking?
I don't know.
Who are the Wings battling? The Aces or the Storm?
They are battling the Sparks, the Los Angeles Sparks.
All right, Dallas versus LA, and we're taking Dallas -1. All right. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead, and I'm just going to start off here by talking about a pick that I don't have a lot of justification for. And the justification I have doesn't really even back up what I really even want to bet. I'm going to look at this Twins game, and I'm going to look at them taking on the Tigers. You've got Kenta Maeda. He's returning off an injury, so that's a big,
I'm excited for that.
Big question mark for me. You generally know what you're going to get out of Maeda, but I think there's a little bit of hesitation with him coming off of an injury and being out of the majors for so long. On the other side, you got Joey Wentz there for the Detroit Tigers. He just went up against these Twins in his last start. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. I can see why he did that. How much time do we sit here and we talk about, I mean, just look at it most recently against the Twins, or against the Red Sox, right? We were on the Red Sox in that series because the Twins couldn't hit. Red Sox has a big hitting advantage. Well, nothing's really changed in terms of how the Twins hit left-handers. They're still struggling for sure. If you wanted to say, hey man, they're below the Mendoza line at 194. If you wanted to say their weighted runs created is at 65. If you want to say they strike out a lot at 28.4%. I can't disagree with all that. Those are all factual numbers. I'm going to take Joey Wentz over 2.5 earned runs. It's about the only way I can look at the odds based on the odds and the numbers on how to fade this guy. This is a system play for me. I just saw you 5 days ago. You were successful. I don't think you can do that again, and I think the hitter familiarity is worth one more earned run. I'm getting it at -105 over at DraftKings. Not a lot of justification because, like I said, the hitting stats that I just rifled off suggest that the Twins can hit left-handed pitching. System play for me, Joey Wentz over 2.5 earned runs at -105. What's another game you want to talk about, Squirrel?
I'll stick with that in the same game anyway, but I think there's a lot of people hammering the over here due to the unknown of Maeda, due to the hitter familiar. I'm actually going against the grain, and I'll take under 9. There are a few 9s out there, I know. Yesterday it was 8.5, and I was interested at 8.5. Now I'm real interested at 9. So I'll take that.
And you do see, at least in Joey Wentz's, he does come off a good start against the Twins, but go look at that game log. I mean, we faded him a couple times. We've taken him winning pitcher to be none. The guy has certainly got a lot of game logs where he's gotten hit and gotten hit hard. So hopefully the hitter familiarity.
Did you see Joe Ryan yesterday? Went all 9 innings, shut out. That was nuts.
Yesterday was actually wild. There was Braxton Garrett went for 13 Ks. He's done nothing but really piss me off.
There was a plus 300 Kansas City Royals too.
I was just going to say the Kansas City Royals came through. Although if you're sitting there and you want to say that was not a bad beat that the Rays lost, but something must have happened. I didn't watch that game and I haven't dug into the box score, but McClanahan only threw like 60-some pitches, like 3 innings. I don't know if he exited with an injury or Something that without digging into it, seems like something happened in McClanahan. So obviously then that's going to take a toll on your bullpen, make you use your bullpen a little bit differently than what you thought going into that game. So not a bad beat if you took the Rays, but certainly not ideal losing McClanahan for, I don't know, early-ish it seemed like for some reason. So there we have it right there. All right, so you like the under in that game, under 9 in that game. All right, I want to talk about this Brewers game. They're taking on the Guardians. I'm just going to do it with the Guardians money line. I get the better offense, I get the better starter, and I get the better bullpen. Obviously, 3 out of 3 just makes me want to gravitate, to a money line. From a hitting perspective, yeah, you still get the Guardians that are really good, versus left-handed pitching, hitting 279 with the weighted runs created at 116. They don't strike out at 19.8%, got a really good slugging at 452, an offense that, seems to be coming around. Meanwhile, for this Brewers team, we continue to bag on them. I mean, they're just god-awful, right? They have the 28th worst batting average in baseball versus right-handers at 200. They strike out a ton at 29.7%, which maybe thinks you maybe go Shane Bieber over 5.5 Ks, but that doesn't have a great hit rate. I'd rather just bank on Shane Bieber going late, having success against a Brewers offense that has struggled. I mean, their weighted runs created is only 64 versus right-handed pitching. So, and while Wade Miley's that veteran and he may keep this game close, Bieber's going to do everything he can do and better because he's obviously going up against a much shittier offense. And once you factor that in as well. And then from the bullpen is wise, massive advantage from this Cleveland Guardians bullpen over the Brewers. So I'll just take the Guardians money line at minus 140 and not get too cute there and do a run line or anything. I'm comfortable with minus 140 on the Guardians, so I'll bet it accordingly. All right, third inning. Shut up and pitch. I assume I should go, right? You don't have anything?
Yeah, I have something to talk about. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to count me out like that. Let's see. The thing that makes sense to me is Greinke under 3.5 going against Tampa Bay Rays. Because he's not going to go that long in the game. And just in general, I mean, he's around 3 or 4, and then you put him up against a good offense. I think it makes sense. Let me see. Is that plus money?
Under
minus 102. At FanDuel, it's minus 102. Yeah, I mean, look, you got Caesars minus 127, DraftKings minus 115, and then FanDuel just chilling at minus 102.
Figured. So if you were wondering, it took 8 minutes to bring up Zach Greinke in the show. Happy Zach Greinke Day, fellas. You knew he was going to be brought up. Squirrel was actually the first one to bring him up 8 minutes into the show. That's not going to be the last time you hear from him in this show. I can guarantee you that. I'm going to talk about, what is this guy's name? Surely you don't pronounce it Brian Bello. Whatever the hell this starter is. Brian. I think he's going to go over 17.5 outs. He's gone over in 3 straight. He's gone over in 4 of his last 5. And now you get the White Sox team that struggles versus right-handed pitching. They hit 212. They only slug 397. They strike out at 27.7%. And their runs created weighted is 82. Another spot for him just to continue this nice little roll that he's on up against this White Sox team. No hitter familiarity. Nobody's got any career at-bats against him. I think he's going to go 6 strong like he's been doing lately. So I'll take him over 17.5 outs. I feel like you have to mention Joe Musgrove under 4.5 Ks at plus money going up against this great Nationals team. They're just so damn good at avoiding the strikeout. And the numbers just keep getting better. How about it's down to 12.8% as their strikeout percentage over the last 10 days? That is remarkable. With that, they're bringing a good batting average at 304. They're slugging 462, and their weighted runs created is 111 or 112. This is a great offense, not striking out. Musgrove is only under in 3 of 10. Like, that's the thing that gives you hesitation. But the sportsbooks have factored in how great the Nationals are at not striking out, at not giving this at 5.5, which then it falls in line with his hit rate. They see the Nationals, so they bring the number down to 4.5, but then they're willing to give you plus money. Maybe worth the chance if you want to go ahead and dabble with Musgrove under 4.5 Ks. All right, 4th inning, long shots. Let's see what you got cooked up for us, Squirrel.
At a plus 110, I like the Mets. I think the only reason I've ever had a bad taste in my mouth for Kodai Senga is literally that NRFI that you bet on that one time that we watched together. Because, dude, it was walk after walk, wild pitch, couldn't. Oh, dude, it was the worst. That was the worst first inning I think I've watched ever from a pitcher. So, but yeah, numerically, hey, it's pretty close between him and Taijuan Walker today. And again, like I said, I don't really have too much explanation other than it's just model projections. But I got it at a plus 110. I think the game opened in some cases plus 120 or plus 115, and it has fallen. So there's market agreement there with that. A lot of places have it even odds actually, but yeah, this is something that you could absolutely go and get right now on bet openly. This is the type of game that you would want to do that. You get that extra 9% of juice back by simply using that.
Yeah, definitely hop on over bet openly. Underdogs are obviously one of the great advantages of taking advantage of bet openly. Squirrel, when I look at these underdogs, I kind of struggled today for underdogs. It didn't really just pop off the page for me like they do most days. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm going to go with the Orioles. Boy, their offensive advantage is massive in this game. So I think Gibson can then keep it close with Gilbert. And then if I get to Bautista, those other great arms in that Orioles offense or bullpen, then I absolutely love it. Overall, the Orioles bullpen is not the strength of this team. But Bautista, if you can get the ball to him, it's absolutely game over. And I think with their offense advantages, I think they'll be able to get the ball to him. So I think the Orioles, and it's a small dog at plus money. You've got plus 100 up against minus 120. So not a huge dog. Not a great day for dogs, unfortunately. But give me the Orioles today as maybe one of your better dogs. All right, fifth inning, keep swinging. We'd like to give you guys some hitting props. What do you got there, Squirrel? What are you listening to over there? What's going on?
I don't know what I'm hearing. It's weird.
By the way, your wings -1. DGent said you can get +1 over on Bet Rivers Barstool. So if anybody was interested,
enjoy your $2.
$2 what?
Enjoy your $2.
Why? What do you mean $2?
Because that's what they limit you to. You can't bet there. I can't bet there.
Oh, I'm not limited on Bet Rivers yet. Not yet. I fleeced their ass. I fleeced their ass for $7,000 on that Manchester City futures, and they didn't even care. They still not limited me. So, as far as I'm concerned, really? Bet Rivers is a good book.
That's wild. All right. Well,
so, anyways, appreciate that information there, DeGent. That's good stuff. All right, what do you have for keep swinging, or do you want me to get into it?
Go ahead.
All right, what about Jake McCarthy there of the Diamondbacks? He's 5 for 10 up against Logan Webb. And really look at what he's done in the month of June. It's been pretty impressive. He entered the month with a 200 batting average. He's gotten that all the way up to 231 with hits in 12 of his 18 games. He knows Logan Webb really well, going 5 of 10 off of him. I'll take McCarthy there, the Diamondbacks, to get a hit today. And then I go and look at all the batting averages like I do every day. And a couple of them stand out for old Patrick Corbin in action today. Manny Machado, 7 for 18 up against Patrick Corbin with only 2 strikeouts. And then his partner there, Fernando Tatis, he's 4 for 7 off Patrick Corbin. So you're obviously talking 2 right-handed bats. Corbin lately has been limiting the damage, but he still gives up a ton of hits. So I like Machado. I like Tatis to both get a hit. And then I obviously like McCarthy there, the Diamondbacks. All right, 6th inning, it's a steal. We'd like to give you guys a steal. I'll give you guys my NRFI of the day. I'm going to, while we wait on Squirrel to get back in here, wait on him to give us his steal. I'll go first. To me, it's just like, and I really don't want to sound like a broken record, but at the end of the day, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's Marlins NRFI. We know why we pick on the Marlins. 84% of the time, they NRFI. It's almost like you're getting a free half of the inning. So then you just have to say what's on the other side. And you're getting Luzardo. We've talked about Luzardo. Luzardo has now only given up 1 hit or 1 run. He had been clean and never giving up a run in the first inning. He had a little bit of a setback in his last start. He gave up 1 run in there. So you saw what the Pirates were unable to do most of the time yesterday against Braxton Garrett. I think Luzardo, maybe he's strikeout-wise, it looks like maybe Braxton Garrett has taken the quarter, but Luzardo does have better stuff overall, even though it might not translate into more strikeouts like Garrett's been able to get. I like Luzardo. Been absolutely great to us in the first inning. It has to be the nerf of the day, so we'll bet it accordingly. What about for you, Squirrel?
I found out what I was hearing finally. I kept hearing a bass guitar, like a really loud, like somebody hooked up a bass guitar outside my window.
Nice.
There's like a little daycare across the street, and they're playing like a game with the kids, but there's like music, and they've got it so loud it's unreal. It's like, why do like 4-year-olds need to be listening to a rock concert?
Friday vibes, baby. It's Friday vibes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go. Well, my question for you is, how good or how bad has Patrick Corbin been this year? I'm looking right now.
He seems to have burned a lot of my F5 team totals.
Okay, because I know Musgrove's decent, right?
Musgrove? Yeah, I mean, he's going up. He's got a tough challenge from a numbers perspective with this Nationals offense. Like I said, and taking his under 4.5. But
well, if we're talking about a steal, I generally equate that to things that are good buys. That I took under 8.5 in the Nationals and Padres game today, and it's if it's at 8, it's juiced to the over. But for the most part, 8.5 is fairly gone. Um, so I guess that's what I did there.
Okay.
Nationals Padres under 8.5.
All right, fellas, I've got a 2-unit play on today's card, so obviously that means that's going to be your best bet of the day. So let's jump on into it. And coming to a stretch, I'm going to do Zach Greinke under 15.5 outs. Zach Greinke under 15.5 outs. The Rays' offense is good. We obviously know that. And now you're catching them also in a moment which they're really hot. How about the second best batting average? How about number 1 in on-base percentage? How about the second best slugging percentage? How about the second best OPS? And how about the second best weighted runs created? If you're wondering who's number 1, who's on top of the Rays, we'll get to them a little bit later on. It's your Atlanta Braves. But the Rays are also decent in K percentage at 23%. Zach Greinke has been under this line in 5 straight, under overall in 10 of 15. Went up against the Rays last season in 2022 and only lasted 4 innings. Know everything about Zach Greinke, so feel really confident with this pick. So obviously it's a 2-unit play. So I'll do Greinke under 15.5 outs. What about for you, Squirrel?
I like the over at Coors with Kyle Freeland and Patrick Sandoval. It's 11.5? 11? I don't remember. What was it? 11.5. Angels Rockies over 11.5 at Coors Field.
All right.
Are you putting that bet in right now? Is that what you're doing over there?
Yes. All right, sorry, I am writing the best. All right, let's get the double play. Sorry there. Let's get to double play. Let's give out their favorite parlay. Shall I go first? I got a good one here. I had an absolutely good one.
Yeah. Go ahead. Great.
All right.
Go ahead.
My parlay is Zach Greinke under 1.5 walks. No shit. Everybody knew that one was coming. Hell, you've probably already made it a parlay yourself, but I got to work it into a parlay. So Zach Greinke under 1.5 walks, and when he walks the second batter of the game, go get on DraftKings and hammer the over the live bet when it's at plus, or the under. Sorry, the under. Hammer that under when it's at good plus money that he's going to still stay under 1.5 walks because you know he's going to get you on the hook nice and early and give you a good 4-inning sweat. Let's also go ahead and add to it the Braves team total over 3.5 in that parlay. Braves team total over 3.5. That's the number 1 offense versus right-handers. When we went Rays, number 2, Braves were first in everything. And then you want to add in Alves hits 333 off of Weaver, Acuna hits 364 off Weaver, and Riley hits 400 off of Weaver. So you get a hot offense, great career batting averages from some of those main bats on that Braves team. Weaver, who's absolutely been struggling. Love the Braves team total over 3.5. Want to reduce that juice a little bit more. So I'm going to do Marlins team total over 2. Marlins team total over 2. And just to let you know how good of a day they should have, hell, Luis Ortiz's outs prop is at 14.5. We expect him to not last very long in this game. Pirates bullpen right now is bottom 5, so chance to add on run. I did over 2 with a chance to push. This parlay comes in at minus 104. If the Marlins team total pushes at 2, it becomes a minus 140 parlay. But I'm fully expecting the Marlins to certainly get the job done. You could even look at that Braves game and take Luke Weaver under 3.5 Ks at plus money as well. The Braves are not striking out, so they should have a really nice day against Luke Weaver. So I'll do Greinke under 1.5 walks, Braves team total over 3.5, Marlins team total over 2, minus 104 over at Caesars. What's your parlay, Squirrel?
Well, one thing, we kind of talked about it. We talked about the under, I talked about the under, and you talked about I think a pitching prop for Joey Wentz, was it?
Joey Wentz. Yeah, I'm going to take him over 2.5 earned runs.
Yeah, and I like the Twins to tag him, not only for the hitter familiarity, but yeah, just the numbers aren't fantastic. But I don't know. Yeah, it's an unknown about what you're going to get in this game. So as much as I like the under 9 as well, but I think the Twins win it, and I think Kenta probably does well in his return. So lower scoring game with the Twins win. So I'm going to take Twins money line, and then I'll go with my favorite total of over 11.5 in the Angels and Rockies. Let you root for runs there. I'll give you a pretty nice plus 245.
Okay, absolutely love that right there. Let's throw these bets up on the screen. I'm going to work on doing mine. I didn't have this thing quite typed out yet. That's what I was working on when you were speaking. What All right. What bets do you want to give out while I finish typing mine out here? Have a second.
Well, I mean, everything I talked about. Recap, I
Okay.
guess. Dallas wings. Dallas. I mean, these are bets I really have. So Dallas wings, -1. Somebody said you can get +1, so that's fantastic for you if you can do that. Um,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, dude, you know what? Let me tell you. You know how yesterday we were talking about how I've had like +8 in the NBA, and it's been like +2, and I lose by 30, that kind of thing. I think I mentioned it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
To where like closing line value doesn't always translate. Yesterday, I took the Seattle Storm in the WNBA. I got +3. The game time, it was -3, and they lost by like 19 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's just gross, dude. This
Hmm.
really, this really sucks.
All right.
Um,
Tossing these up
oh,
for a
here's
second.
something. Here's something. You could go.
Toss
Uh,
mine up on the screen. Then not only are we going to do rapid fire, I'm going to make a rapid fire parlay of some of my favorite stuff. We've had a good
yeah, you
week
can
this
go
week.
that same game, the Dallas Wings game.
Yeah.
Go find it under 163.5 right now. It's moving on down.
Moving on down.
Ah, shit.
Moving on down.
As I told you that, I was like trying to place the bet, and it went from 163.5 to 162.5 at the book I was trying to bet it at.
Do
So,
it. Do it. Still better. All right,
yeah.
fellas.
Yeah.
Those are the bets I'm going to go ahead and roll with today. Guardians money line. I did not speak of that Rangers money line, but we can certainly get to that there in rapid fire. Joey Wentz over 2.5 earned runs. Granke under 15.5 outs, 2-unit play at -117. Granke on that under 1.5 walks parlay. Again, that was the Braves team total and the Marlins team total. And then I like Machado to get a hit, Tatis to get a hit, and the Padres team total over 1.5 at -130. Let's hop on into some rapid fire. I got to build a parlay too. Love it. Let's get some of your guest leans here, Squirrel. I want to cook up a parlay on this Friday afternoon. We get the Royals and Rays with an over/under of 8. Royals +225. Rays -265. I mean, of course, stats-wise, Rays do it all better. It obviously didn't translate to a winning the game yesterday on the field, but as we all know, that happens. I'm taking over 8. Over 8.
Probably not a bad deal. I mean, all you have to have is a slight contribution from the Royals. I mean, you're sitting there talking about like a team that can do that on its own. Like they really can do that on their own.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
So you
I
like
don't think
over
that's
8
a
too?
bad look.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Braves and Reds with an over/under of 11. -150 for the Braves, +130 for the Reds. As DeGent put in the chat, you've got Ella De La Cruz and Acuna on the same field, so certainly be electric stuff right there. I like the Braves. I'm toying with the over/under in my head. I like the Braves.
I just have to see the puzzled look on your face if I tell you I'm gonna bet the Reds today
Oh,
with
it's
Luke
fine.
Weaver on the mound.
Yeah, it's your funeral. um,
I tried taking over 10 yesterday, and it was 0-0 in the ninth. So there's that.
oh yeah, that the over there in the Braves and the Phillies. Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved it. And now today it's even higher. But yeah, it's nothing better feeling than having over 10 and it's 0-0 in the ninth inning. You gotta love that.
Sportsbooks must have cleaned up on that game because that Phillies to go from +117 all the way to -125, and then have the Braves win that game.
Yeah, and I had +117. That's another case in which I'm telling you,
Yeah,
like, does the CLV matter that much?
it makes you
I don't know.
feel good. I think that's where you get a nice feeling, but it doesn't translate to shit. Let's see. I'm gonna
In
go
the long run,
Braves.
it does. It absolutely does, though.
Long
It
run,
really
right?
does.
Sure. Long run, sure. 100%. Pirates and Marlins with an over/under of 7.5. Pirates +160. Marlins -190. I'll go over. I mean, the over hit yesterday. There's worse pitchers on the mound today, at least from the Pirates standpoint, by far. Ortiz is not half as good as what Mitch Keller has been this season. Luzardo can, do what Braxton Garrett did, and even Braxton Garrett gave up a couple of runs. So I'll take over 7.5 and not have to worry about a winner.
Yeah, it is a low total, and the pitchers aren't terrible, are they?
That Pirates bullpen is gross.
Yeah, so if you get tagged, it's probably the back half, and I don't think the Marlins are too bad. I mean, in terms of It opened at 8. It's 7.5 now.
Marlins are
I don't
actually
know.
good right now. They got the fourth best batting average. They're good. They
No,
don't
I
strike
know.
out. 20.2. Marlins, good little offense right now. It's humming together. Pretty
So
good.
we'll just put out the analysis there that if you're gonna get burned on that under, right? Like the over would hit in the back half of the game most likely if it's going to, and it's probably going to be the Marlins to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can understand it.
Twins and Tigers over under of 8.5. Twins minus 130. Tigers plus 110. I'm taking the
This one
over
I was
eight and a
on
half.
under.
Over eight and a
I'm
half.
on under 9. I'm on under 9, so we're head to head.
And you got a phenomenal bullpen advantage here, the Tigers. Boy, this is a game where if maybe Wentz does his job, Tigers at plus money will be great. Huge bullpen advantage here with the Tigers. I'm just going to take the over 8.5, though. Over 8.5. Mariners and Orioles over under of 8.5. Mariners minus 120. Orioles plus money, even money. I'll stick with the Orioles as the dog of the day. Just give me the Orioles.
Did I take the Mariners? I did take the Mariners at even odds.
Mariners, so you get the Mariners at even, and now they're minus 120? Wow.
I have the Mariners at even odds. Well, I don't see minus 120. The offshores aren't minus 120. They're minus 110 I can still get. But yeah, if you're looking at DraftKings, yeah, that tells you, dude, that just goes to show you how much they juice the shit out of those lines, though.
Mm-hmm. Mets and Phillies
Anyway.
over under of 9.5. Mets even money. Phillies minus 120. I'm taking over
I've got two
9.5. Give me, Senga, what was it 3-4 starts ago, went 7 innings. I think it was 9K shutout ball against the Phillies. He's not gonna do that again. Over 9.5.
I took the. Do you like the Mets money line? Okay, at a plus 110 or?
That's fine. If I'm betting the money line, I'm gonna grab the Mets, but I really just like the over.
Okay, well, for just to be different from you, I'll take the money line then on the Mets.
Okay. Rangers and Yankees over under of 8.5. Rangers minus 115. Yankees are coming in at minus 105. I've got the money line here on this Rangers. Just can't ignore the offensive advantage. We know this Rangers offense has certainly been elite all season. You know you're catching the Yankees in a downward spiral, barely hitting the Mendoza line at 202. Weighted runs created is only at 71. Hell, without Aaron Judge, nobody brings any power to this plate. Slugging 355. And I'm getting by far the better bullpen in this Rangers team in this current little stretch that we're in. So checked all the boxes for me. Minus 110. Easy call for the Rangers.
Yep, I can get behind it.
Athletics and Blue Jays with an over-under of 9. Athletics plus 245. Blue Jays minus 295. For this game here, you may want to pivot off of doing a Blue Jays full game money line. That bullpen has regressed over the last few days. Actually, the numbers for the Athletics are a little bit better. Now, I still expect Passett to be better than the Caprillion. You're getting by far the better offense in the Blue Jays over the Athletics. But I would maybe just do like an F5 something here if you want to get in. Like just if the bullpen's struggling, they're struggling. They don't want to have them take a cash away from you. So I'll stick to the Blue Jays for rapid fire, of course. And I'll do the Blue Jays on the run line for rapid fire.
Yeah, I'm really upset with the Athletics because I went on them 2 days in their last series and like barely lost both, I think.
Yesterday got away from a little bit, but yeah.
To get behind them sucks. Yeah. I think maybe, the only real playable thing would be a run line, but I don't know which way I'd go with the total personally.
Brewers and Guardians over under of 8, minus 140 for the Guardians, plus 120 for the Brewers. Just not going to worry about myself an over and under. I bet the under hits because I bet Wade Miley is veteran, crafty enough to keep this game low scoring. Obviously expect people to do that with the Brewers' struggles. So I'd go under 8, but I really like the money line more.
Yeah, contrarian spot where I think people read the names of the pitchers, or especially Shane Bieber and whatnot, and you would think the under. I project the over in a contrarian spot, so I would go over 8 in the Brewers and Guardians.
Red Sox and White Sox over under of 8.5. Red Sox minus 115. Red Sox. Yeah, I think I said that right. Red Sox minus 115. White Sox minus 105. I like the Red Sox here at minus 115. And when I tell you guys I'm going to cook up a parlay with some of my favorite rapid fire leans, this is one of them in that Red Sox. Big offensive advantage, big bullpen advantage. Yeah. I'm taking the Red Sox at minus 115. Hell, might even not put it in the parlay and add it to the damn card. to be quite honest.
I certainly got a good look at the Red Sox over their last series here in Minnesota. So they were crushing us pretty good, unless they threw out an MLB debut pitcher, which is yesterday. By the way, did you see Byron Buxton's two back-to-back home run crushes? He went I think he set some record for the two home runs in the same game that were over, I don't know, 400 and some feet or whatever. It was nuts. But yeah, he was crushing. So
Nice.
Go back in the highlights, man. You got to see it. It's pretty cool.
Let's do this. Angels Rockies over under of 11.5. Angels minus 155. Rockies plus 135. This one was a tough game to me when I look up these stats because the Angels can't hit left-handers. They're hitting below the Mendoza line. But then you're like, Freeland, this is maybe a spot where either the Angels can come up or maybe the Freeland can succeed. I was a little conflicted on that. Rockies are better versus left-handers, but I think that speaks more to the Angels' struggles. It's not like the Rockies are great versus left-handers or even good versus left-handers where you'd get confidence to back them. They're just below average in their own right. Both these bullpens are shit. Sandoval's been shit. I'm taking the over 11. I'll take over 11, but damn, that's a lot of runs. Take over 11.
Yep. Oh, I know, but that's why they said it that way, right? I mean, they want to deter you from, I mean, that's the thought process. And how many times when you see 11.5 at Coors Field does it just fly over? You get 14, 15, 16 runs. It makes sense. There's a reason that the line is that high, and I'm certainly behind it. I would be careful. I would be very careful with taking the Angels on the money line if you're out there today. I'm watching the price regress on it right now from 160 down to 150, 148. It looks a little sketchy, and especially when you get in these higher scoring games, there's higher variance with that money line on the favorite. So I would word of caution there for the Angels.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could back the Angels on the money line. For sure not.
I'm just saying, people go down the board and they'll see a minus 160 and throw it in a parlay or something stupid, and it's a bad idea. So
nothing like throwing that minus 400 raise in a parlay last night. That sucked. Nationals and Padres, 2 plus 240 for the Nationals, minus 285 for the Padres, over under of 8.5. Could make a case for the Nationals, I tell you. They were almost my dog of the day, just based on how well the Nationals hit. The Padres have been a struggling team. You saw what they did yesterday, though, against Alex Wood, and that's a left-hander, so I like when you get to see two left-handers on back-to-back days. Maybe that'll bleed it into some success. So, therefore, I'll go over 8.5 and maybe a sprinkle the Nats money line, but give me the over.
Yeah, I'm happy with my under because I got it at 8.5. Line is roughly 8 now, so I know it's juiced to the over though, but that's just where I'm at. Okay. Oh, it's back to 8.5. It's back to 8.5. Yeah. Now it's juiced to the under at 8.5.
Yeah, one of those ping pongs all day. Mm-hmm. Astros and Dodgers, two of the young pitchers. Emmett Sheehan, obviously for the Dodgers, I think making his second career start. One of their prospects that's come up, dazzled in his debut. Over under of 9. Astros plus 145. Dodgers minus 145. Two offenses that are struggling. There was no career stats off either one of these starting pitchers, but again, they're both relatively new to the majors. I'll take under 9. I'll take under 9, but no real confidence. Just not enough data on struggling offense.
I liked
under 9.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know much. I don't know enough about this Sheehan guy to like the Dodgers enough. But I would like the Dodgers. I do like the Dodgers. I'll go Dodgers. Minus 130-ish, 135.
Yeah, the runs could come late in this game. I thought I remembered that the bullpens are really bad. Yeah, both bullpens are both in the bottom 10 right now. I could see an F5 under hitting, and then you'd live bet an over, and you get an over cash. Diamondbacks and Giants rounds it out, over under of 8.5. Diamondbacks plus 150, Giants minus 175. This was a tough one to me. Diamondbacks offense is surging. Their bullpen numbers aren't as good as the Giants, but It's not a huge gap between these two bullpens at all. You really just get the discrepancy with the starting pitchers with Davies up against Logan Webb.
All right.
I don't think the Giants should be minus 175, so I'll go Diamondbacks run line at minus 130. I'll take the Diamondbacks in a run and a half at minus 130.
Yeah, I've honestly never played a plus 1.5, like a reverse run line or whatever you want to call that in
I played it
baseball.
the other night with the Athletics and got it to hit. They lost by 1. Don't be scared.
Okay. Fine. I won't be scared.
Are you doing it? You coming along with the Diamondbacks?
Sure.
Okay. The only reason I just don't like them quite as my dog of the day is just because Davies is pitching. Like, you get later in this series and you get a Gallen or Merrill Kelly, and obviously they're not going to be big dogs at that point. They may be, between even money to plus 115, but I think that'd be great because the bullpen stats are neck and neck, and you're going to get the better offense in that Diamondbacks. So Diamondbacks offense is really good right now. So won't play it today though with Davies. But I'll take them to lose by 1 run or more, or less, I should say. Maybe they pull off the win. All right, that's how we'll do it, fellas, today on this great Friday. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. We'll, of course, see you guys back here next week for another episode of the Payoff Pitch. Good luck, fellas, and we'll see you then. Have a good weekend.
See you.